day to you all. I hope you are well. Right, a little test. The apple or the chocolate? I know, you're all going to say, well, it's going to be the apple. But actually, in Eve's instance, the apple represented the fruit from the forbidden tree, and God had specifically asked her and Adam not to touch that tree. But she was tempted, self-control out the window. You see, self-control is a toughie. And if anyone has a formula, then please let me know. As we near the end of our fruit bowl challenge, we notice actually that self-control is last on the list. It seems that it is at the other end from love for a very good reason, and I hope you'll understand why at the end. I remember the scene from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. When they go into the garden, both children and adults run about, just diving in and tasting all that they can see. How many of us are like that in our lives? How many of us dive in before assessing what it is actually good for us? I'm not just talking about food. I'm talking about scenarios within our lives. Self-control takes willpower. Yep, willpower. And that doesn't always come easy, does it? None of us are perfect. Our earthly journey as Christians give us an opportunity to become like Jesus. But we are weak and we mess up. But do you know what? That is okay. But it isn't okay if we allow our willpower, our self-control to become non-existent. And the Bible is very handy to refer to when we need to put those boundaries and willpower and self-control into our lives. Surprisingly enough, 99.9% of us like the security of boundaries, like structure. We function better from that. And it really isn't a bad thing, because for us, in many ways, it's a protection. And this is where self-control comes in. This is where willpower can take over. Being one of the fruits of the Spirit truly gives us a head start, because we don't have to use all our own energy, because the Holy Spirit is a tremendous backup. When we have weak days, we call on the Spirit. When the temptation of the world is so great, we call on the Spirit. When maybe our boundaries and structures are falling apart, we call on the Spirit, so that our lives can be lived in a level, structured way. We need, and some of you may think I'm going to be swearing here, but we need some discipline. I know the first thought when I was bringing that together was quite negative, but actually, to be able to be in control of ourselves, we need to be disciplined. Seriously, it's not that bad. We aren't in the military army, so we don't have to shine our shoes to the inch of their lives. We don't have to have our hair on a number 2 unless you really want to. It's about being the best, feeling the best, living the best we can for ourselves, but also for our Heavenly Father. Page 209 of the book Exceptional Living says this: self-control is the act of controlling oneself. It allows us to learn to be patient when we feel impatient. It helps us to see justice when we feel it is unjust. It allows those that are dealing with addictions to move into a place where there are better boundaries in place. It allows us to live in peace and not in panic. It allows us to rest in the Spirit when others are rushing around. Self-control is not allowing our negative human emotions to run away with themselves. This heavy weight of self-control can make a huge change in our lives. Yes, if learning from scratch, if we have taken a back seat, it will take time and we will mess up. But God is patient, amongst other good things, and He can see that we are trying, and that if we are trying, we then can create an order within ourselves. Discipline, self-control, willpower are very positive structures. Sometimes I think they have got lost in our thinking and in our lives and in this world, but thank God He knew we needed it, and we needed it to form the basis at the bottom of our fruit bowl. Now, it may be a weird concept to create a structure or a timetable or invisible boundaries into your life. For example, to start off easy, how about not staying in bed until midday but getting up an hour earlier? How about putting that packet of crisps back and putting more fruit into your basket? How about when that drug dealer says, go on, one more shot? How about when you have very little money and the need to steal from the supermarket is so strong? How about trying to get that willpower, that self-control, and that discipline of saying no into your lives? Circumstances overtake us, and the desire to do everything that is not right drowns us. But this is when we reach in and we hold on to that sprout that has been planted within us, and that we can grow with it in self-control. Please, our human response is to say to ourselves, I can't do this. It's too hard. Yes, it can be. But we don't have to do it on our own. We have an advantage, and surely that is a good thing. Maybe you give up straight away. Don't. Practice on those small things. All you need to remember is that God has this, so you don't have to. And a final thought. The word discipline. Take out 2 letters. And what does it say now? Disciple. God bless.
Times I fail, still your mercy remains. And should I stumble again, still I'm caught in your grace. Everlasting, your light will shine when all else fades. Never ending, your glory goes beyond all faith. Myself in bringing you praise. Everlasting, your light will shine when all else fades. Never ending, your glory goes beyond all faith. Yeah. In my heart, in my soul, Lord, I give you control. Consume me from the inside out. Oh, let justice and praise become my embrace. To love you from the inside out. consume me from the inside out, Lord. Let justice and praise become my embrace, to love you from the inside out. Everlasting, your light will shine when all else fades. Never ending, your glory goes beyond all fate. And the cry of my heart is to bring you praise from the inside out of my soul. Cries out, everlasting, your light will shine when all else fades. Never ending, your glory goes beyond all fate. And the cry of my heart is to bring you praise from the inside out of my soul. Cries out from the inside out of my soul. Cries
Your word tells me I have a need to watch out for